What's the deal? What is happening? I am DJ Hazmat.
Yeah, and I'm Matty Wills.
Welcome to another edition of Matt and Matt Sports. What's good with you?
Hey, man, another Sunday. We are moseying our way through the summer at a quicker pace than I would like. I don't even know if summer has officially started, but I mean, just with the Browns moving along, as the Browns news amps up, it just reminds me of fall. You know what I mean? I don't want to skip this part, but it's all good. It's all good.
Yeah.
How you doing?
The week was cool. Weather kind of up, down.
Right.
Some nice, some rain. I got my grass cut again. Got chores done. We got people coming, looking at the house. This whole process is going on.
Are we talking about that? What's going on?
No, let's not go into that. Let's welcome all of everybody in. Make sure you leave your comments. Make sure you share this. Tell all your peoples when you come in that this is the best sports show going. Representing for Cleveland. Shout out to Ozzy and Mr. Retired Villain. Let's get it going, man. What would you like to tackle first off, partner?
Well, I would like to remind everybody that we have our, it's not a new feature, but our GTFOH segment will be coming up at the end of today's show. So don't get out of here before we do that. But
don't get the out of here before we do it.
Right. Let us get our people out of here first before you leave. But I kind of want to start with, because I know we always find a way to talk about Browns and NBA or NFL.
Yeah. I
want to talk about this celebrity boxing wave.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Let's talk about that.
A few weeks ago, we watched Floyd boxing a circus with the YouTuber from Ohio, from Westlake, Ohio.
Logan Paul.
Yeah, and then this weekend, which I didn't even like, how you hear about something, but you don't really think about it. And then like the day came and they were like, yeah, Lamar Odom is fighting tonight. I'm like, what the hell is going on? What do you think about this?
To be honest, I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. You know what it kind of reminds me of? If you think back, I don't know how many years ago, you'd have to go back when I think it was MTV. They had this claymation thing called Celebrity Deathmatch. Remember that?
Yeah, for sure.
Celebrity Deathmatch.
Animated.
Right, but this is like real life Celebrity Deathmatch. And
that's true.
Because I think I heard one of the women, Amanda Nunez, was calling out Kim Kardashian.
Kim's not gonna fight in that. Come on.
I'm like, please, Kim, no,
come on,
please. But I didn't understand this matchup. You got Aaron Carter, who's a little kind of a scrawny looking dude, fighting against Lamar Odom, who's
that fight
6'8"
should not have taken place. That's my beef with it.
Looking like Mike Tyson's Punch Out or something.
He could have killed that dude in that ring,
but he didn't. And
he didn't.
But I didn't actually watch the fight as it was happening. But how come the only video I seen when I was looking for it, the only footage I could see is Aaron Carter kind of getting his wailing on Lamar Odom, but he won by TKO. What was the TKO? Did he knock him down? They had the head.
Yeah, yo, you didn't see him. He knocked him down. Lamar Odom definitely knocked that little dude down. I guess I don't have a big issue with the fact that celebrities want to box and work out their grievances and whatnot. I don't have a beef with that per se, but what I don't want to see is giants. Lamar Odom is a former professional athlete, albeit he died and came back to life and that whole thing in Las Vegas, but he's a former professional athlete who's humongous. He can't be out here just fighting any little dude. Come on, man. That was a joke. And do you know how much the pay-per-view was? Because I don't want to say I almost got it, but I did investigate to see how much. It was 30 for this.
It was 30.
30. People were paying 30. I wonder how much they're gonna make off of this.
Listen, they better get it in all they can because everything's opening back up. Once people get outside, once we back outside, ain't nobody gonna be sitting around paying for this nonsense. So get while they're getting this good. But I feel like if there's two celebrities, like it might be somebody you can't stand. Like say Candace Owens decide to jump in the ring with somebody. You'd watch that.
Yeah,
definitely watch. If somebody jumped in the ring with Candace Owens, you'd want to see that.
I'm not mad at it. I just don't want to see anybody get seriously life-threatening injuries as a result of it. I know they have headgear on, and Lamar was in the ring sagging his boxing shorts. Like this is craziness. And what does this say about the sport of boxing, though? When I was growing up, my dad loved he watched the heavyweight fights back in the 90s. You know what I'm saying? What does that say about the sport of boxing that people are tuning into this garbage? There was no boxing in that boxing match between Lamar Odom and Aaron Carter, whatever his name is.
I'm not looking for somebody to be able to box. I'm looking for somebody to get Nate Robinson. Ever since that happened, that's what I want to see now.
And that's what everybody's looking for.
If in a celebrity boxing match or exhibition, this is supposed to be an exhibition. You remember that scene from Rocky when Apollo Creed died in the ring because Drago was doing too much in the exhibition? That's how Nate Robinson got done. He was Apollo Creed that day.
Hey, and Nate was in there. They didn't have no headwear on. Nate was just in there trying to box for real, wasn't he?
Yeah, at least you know we get Nate. Don't jump in the ring if you ain't ready, bro. Now, you can't even live that down, never for the rest of your life.
Hey, because of that fight, his big brother got the Floyd fight. Like that kept the ball rolling in that direction. Because if Jake Paul would have lost that fight, that Floyd fight wouldn't have happened. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy world we live in right now.
So it's entertainment, man. Aren't you looking for something to watch on TV?
Yeah.
I mean, you want to see another. You want to see them put they put another Marvel movie on TNT or whatever's on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We need something to entertain us if we're in the house, but we are coming back outside, which is what I want to talk about, because yesterday Jarvis Landry had yet another annual celebrity softball game, and it was filled to capacity, sold out. They said it was 7,500 people in the building, and I was there. Nobody was wearing masks. It was like, what pandemic? People were out. It was an awesome event, man, because this is growing, man. I mean, Jarvis Landry brings them out, man. I was pleased and impressed with the amount of not just Cleveland Browns, but guys, athletes that came out to support this event. Just from the Cleveland Browns alone, we had Baker Mayfield, Myles Garrett, OBJ, Kareem Hunt was there.
The stars were in the building.
Denzel Ward. Right. When usually you go to something like this expecting to see these guys, and you getting the bench players or the guys that don't really get no clock that much. No, this was Mac Wilson was there. I gotta ask you, how did my boy, and I want to get to why they actually had these events too, but how did my boy look? How did Odell look out there? Odell?
7 months off ACL surgery. How did he look?
Let me get to this, man, because we just had the story about Myles Garrett retiring from playing pickup basketball. Why now? So. And I don't want to, because this is a charity event.
You about to yell at Odell.
This is a charity event. I'm yelling at all of them. This is a charity event for that Jarvis Landry for his charitable foundation, and I think it's called Building Dreams. And it's awesome. But there were moments in the game like, David Njoku played. We had guys from the Minnesota Vikings. Irv Smith, the tight end from the Minnesota Vikings, was there. Travis Kelce, who's a native from Cleveland Heights, played in the game. He was in the vibes. He was in the game again from the Kansas City Chiefs. We had Ted Ginn Jr. was there. Jada Kiss was in the game.
Jada Kiss was there?
Jada Kiss.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. Man, that's crazy.
Who else was there? I wanted to say, let me stop trying to think of everybody because it was so many.
Right.
That's why I was so impressed. Are you familiar with a young lady comedian called Jasmine Brown, calls herself Watch Jazzy?
Maybe by
Instagram. She's like got 1.2 million followers on Instagram.
Yeah.
She was there. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it was a lot of star power in the building. Like when you say a celebrity, this was truly a celebrity game. So I was just very impressed with the amount of people. Ruggs III from the Oakland Raiders.
Where did he have it at? Was it downtown?
No, it was in Eastlake at the Classic Park, which is the home of the Lake Erie Captains, where they play. They feed the pipeline up to the Indians. And I went there with my cameraman. We were able to gain access, and almost every name that I told you, I got an interview, and I got video coming.
Bro, where's the footage, bro?
Well, it's with my editors right now.
All right, let's get it in here.
But I will say this: they had a home run derby. And Odell
all the more
Beckham
reason
Jr.
to make sure y'all tune in next week for sure.
You want to know? So let's get to how your boy Odell Beckham looked yesterday. Now, boy can't play no baseball. I'm just telling you that right now. Odell Beckham, he's great on the football field.
Yeah,
he got in the home run derby. Now I think they throw like 15 pitches at you, so you got like something. No, I think you get more than that because you get to keep hitting until you get like 11, 12 outs or something like that. And an out is anything that's not a home run.
Okay,
it's an out.
But you make contact with.
Right. Even if you hit it's if you hit it and it don't go, if it's not a home run, it's considered an out.
Right.
But listen, Odell Beckham Jr., out of all them pitches, guess how many home runs he hit?
I'm gonna say 0 the way you're talking about him.
And you would be absolutely right. 0.
How many could you have hit?
A lot of foul balls.
How many could you have hit? Because I used to play softball, man. I think
honestly, I don't know. I think I could have got one.
Yeah.
If you throw a million pitches at me, I think I could get one. And you know, the home run line was not out of the park.
Right. Not like Major League
in.
Baseball distances and nothing like that.
So who do you think won the home run derby?
I mean, I say Jarvis. Jarvis looked like he could play.
Jarvis definitely cranked out some home runs, but he came in second place. It was a tie for the win.
Miles?
Baker Mayfield.
Wow.
Let me tell you something about my quarterback.
Who did he tie with?
You're not gonna know this guy. He's actually his last name is Bilbo, and he was the returning champ, and he is Jarvis Landry's sports agent.
Oh,
but he's Diesel though. He's
right.
He's a big dude, and every pitch he was sending them out. So you know, in the first round, I think he hit about 8 home runs, and Baker had 7, and Jarvis had 6. So it came down to them 3. But you know who else did good? Kareem Hunt. Kareem Hunt actually hit a grand slam in the game.
Wow.
So Team Jarvis won by a landslide. They scored like 22 runs. You know, Baker was on Team Jarvis, Kareem Hunt, Myles Garrett. So it was a great time. It was beautiful weather, a whole lot of fans. I wore my jersey, and I found out I got some fans out there. They've been watching the daggone videos. I'm hearing people screaming. Me being a black man, when a white man says, "Hey, can you take a picture with my kids?"
Wow.
That's when you know,
hey man,
crossing over somewhere.
Yeah, man.
I'm out here signing white kids' jerseys. a white man, can you sign my football? I really felt like I was a celebrity out there.
That's dope, bro. That's dope.
It was a good time, but they need to retire because there was a few incidents. Listen,
so I think you were about to make this point earlier, then you kind of went around it. But do you think that our players or NFL players in general should not be in this game at all?
I just think if you're gonna get in it, then you got to do like Jedrick Wills. He hit the ball, he jogged into first.
Yeah.
David Njoku running full speed, runs past the bag and then tries to stop and has an awkward moment where he slipped.
Bruh.
That could have been an ankle. That could have been a knee.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then Myles Garrett had a scary moment in the game where he's coming home and somebody's trying to throw him out. And you know those when you watch baseball when the guy just plows into the catcher. Yes. He hits the catcher.
Miles ran somebody over at the plate.
Ran the catcher off, dove. I'm like, oh, y'all got to cut it out. Stop it. Stop.
No, we don't need Myles Garrett. If there's any like Njoku is like, all right, he's probably third string right now. I would like for him to be healthy this season, but Myles Garrett, we need for him to be healthy this season. That's a fact.
I want everybody to be healthy. I don't want anybody to be hurt. You know what I'm saying? Especially not in a pickup celebrity softball game.
No.
You made him retire from dunking the basketball, and then he about to get hurt playing softball.
Yeah.
How ironic.
I wonder if Coach was there. Was Coach Stefanski there?
Stefanski was not there.
Okay.
Bernie Kosar was there.
You know,
I actually met Bernie Kosar briefly in passing, like,
right.
Fist bump action.
Well, I'm looking forward.
Bernie.
I'm looking forward. You did get an interview with Bernie?
I did not get an interview with Bernie or Miles. Baker wouldn't interview, but he did say a few things to our camera.
Dope. That's dope, bro. Hey, I
was in there working my hands.
We appreciate you.
Shout
here,
out to
man.
Steve Brown for getting me the passes to get in. I mean, talking to his people because Steve Brown is the AE for the Lake Erie Captains, so that's who I. He hooked it up last minute too. Last minute.
That's dope, though. That's dope. That's a dope look, and I'm looking forward to the footage for sure.
And I know since while we on the subject, since this is,
but you got some gifts.
I got a gift sent to me. Well, I bought my own gift, and because I know you're gonna love this one. You're gonna love this.
Anticipation is killing me.
I know you listen. I should have called you and told you about this because you can do this too. You probably can, because on the Browns Pro Shop they have a 65% off clearance.
For how long, I wonder?
Look at that. Look at that, boy.
Now you buying jerseys. Now you wanted them gone. Now you buying jerseys. He must have impressed you yesterday, man. He must have impressed you yesterday.
No.
Did Odell give you an interview?
No. Odell didn't show up till the game was about to start.
Yeah,
so when we was
mingling
and catching up with people and running people, Odell was nowhere to be found. But as soon as the game started, then he magically appeared. But
that's raw, bro.
No, what I'm saying is,
yeah, Ozzy said that's sick, bro. That's sick.
So listen, and this is the one with the stitch. This is 65% off. This jersey normally would run $150. I got it for $39.99.
Wow.
$39.99. Let's go, Odell. Odell Beckham, baby. But no, I and let's get on that thing. I never said I wanted Odell Beckham gone.
I don't know. I remember you saying something like, if we can get some defense for him or something crazy like that, bro.
I said I'm not opposed,
right?
And I told you why I felt that we could move on without Odell.
I've lamented my stance on that a lot of times.
But I've also said that if he comes back to the team fully healthy and plays within the scheme of the team with his talent, why wouldn't we want to have that? You know, I've said that, man.
Okay, and I just think that people who think like you, just so my stance is clear, who think that some reason he can't or he is opposed to doing that are wild. I think that we can't blame him for Baker force feeding him the ball last season to open up the season. That's on Baker. That's on Baker and coach, not Odell. That's all. I know we've talked about this at great length throughout the course of this show. But dope. Certainly looking forward to that future or that footage.
I'm telling you
what's that?
Because we were there watching him go in batting practice.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he was smacking them things in batting practice. He looked like he knew what he was doing. And sure enough, he got out there on that field and tore it up.
He was balling.
Baker is an all-around athlete, man. A lot of people, it just makes me think back to the people who kind of doubt Baker's ability to play at this level, talking about his size and, you know, saying what he can do back there in the pocket. This man is just athletic.
Yeah.
When he was smacking them home runs, clutch, like, because when it got to the second round and he had to put him out there, because the dude Bilbo, anything they threw at him was going out. And Baker had to go toe to toe with him. Now, actually, I'm gonna be honest, Bilbo should have won. It came down to he was tied with Baker with one pitch to go, and when they pitched it to him, he wound up and bunted the ball, so he stayed tied with Baker.
Wow.
Bilbo.
He didn't want to show him up.
He didn't want to show up Baker. You know, the whole crowd was into it. They wanted Baker to win, and Bilbo, they was kind of lightweight booing him. Oh, there was a Pittsburgh Steeler out there. I can't remember what his name was. I bet you he'll never come back.
He got booed.
Every time he went up to the plate, they was booing him.
I don't know what he thought was going to happen.
He was just trying to be here for the.
Yeah, I get it, but you know, it's always if a Browns person or personality is putting something on, Browns fans are going to show up, and Browns fans are never going to tolerate any kind of love for a Steeler.
Well, they weren't jumping on some of those handful of people I seen in the stands with Pittsburgh Steelers jerseys on.
Yeah, well, you know, they kept it clean.
Now you want to boo this man who came out here to participate in a charity event.
Hey, Kaz, what did you think was going to happen to him? You thought they was going to cheer for him? Nah, you knew they wasn't going to cheer for that dude.
All right, basketball, man. What's happening?
Looking forward to that footage. Make sure y'all tune in next week as we get the recap from Jarvis's game. Listen, I NBA is rolling along right now.
Yeah,
it's lacking it's lacking some star power. I mean, usually at this point, we got LeBron and we got Steph Curry in the playoffs still. Right now, we don't have that. There are
we still have some stars.
We definitely still have some stars. Talking about injured stars, though, then Brooklyn Nets are in a little bit of trouble. They lost today. They were up 2-0. Now they're 2-2, and a little foreshadowing something that happened in one of those Nets Milwaukee Bucks games is going to be my GTFOH when we wrap up the show. But the Nets were up 2-0. Now they're tied 2-2. Lost James Harden a minute into game 1 of this series, and lost.
Is he coming back?
And lost Kyrie Irving today. We don't know.
What?
We don't know. Kyrie Irving went out with a ankle sprain.
Oh man!
X-rays came back negative, but there's no prognosis is not on his duration. So the Nets in a little bit of trouble. They have home court in that series. Milwaukee is not a pushover team. There's something to be said about teams that begin the season with championship aspirations. So even though KD and all of the other Avengers are on Brooklyn, everybody's hurt. And Milwaukee has an MVP and a superhero of their own in Giannis. So that series, I don't know what's going to happen in that series. I don't know. If Kyrie can't go and James Harden can't go and KD is out there by himself in Brooklyn.
No.
After Milwaukee just won 2 straight, I don't know. It could be cooked.
If that's the case, I would expect Milwaukee to win. Yeah. If they don't have to play against the
big three.
Nets big three, I would expect them to win. If they have to play against either of the big two, they're going to lose. Period. I don't care which combination of the two is healthy. As long as you get 2 of them healthy, they'll beat the Milwaukee Bucks.
Yeah,
for sure. When I saw the stat line and I saw that Kyrie only had 11 points, I didn't understand. I didn't know that he had went out with an injury because I didn't really see the game. I got caught up. But and KD didn't have one of his lights out games either. So Giannis Antetokounmpo gave you his normal 34, 12 rebounds. I mean, nobody else on the team really balled out. I mean, you Middleton with 19 points.
Listen, Steve Nash, to me, he can't be on the hot seat because this is his first season there, but he doesn't really look like, to me, from the eyeball test of watching basketball games for the last 20 years or whatever it is, it doesn't look like he's putting his team in position to score buckets. They play a lot of ISO basketball over there, which is fine when you got 3 of the best isolation basketball players in the league. But when you only got KD and you only bringing the ball up and ISO and KD and running no kind of motion or anything to get open looks at the basket, and the other team has Giannis and they're executing, Milwaukee, they one of the best 3-point shooting teams in the league. They're going to run their thing. So we'll see if it changes when it goes back to Brooklyn. But he looks like crap right now.
They shoot so many 3-pointers that they barely getting over 100 points in these wins, man. Like Milwaukee doesn't score a lot of points. Like, what are you talking about these 3-pointers? They don't rain threes on people like this.
Milwaukee does rain threes when they getting into their bag, and they're playing against the team who everybody has predicted is going to win the NBA championship. They won the last 2 games because they slowed the game down, and they
won the last 2 games because the Brooklyn Nets are hurt.
Brooklyn won game 2 with Kyrie and KD. Brooklyn won game 2 with Kyrie and KD, and they blew Milwaukee out in Brooklyn. When they went home, Brooklyn lost game 3 with Kyrie and with KD, and they scored around 80 points. And that's because they got PJ Tucker all up in KD's grill, and they playing defense. And Brooklyn hasn't been playing any defense.
Well, okay.
We'll see. We'll see.
Strip, I don't necessarily. I don't believe in the Milwaukee Bucks. That's all I'm saying.
All right,
this is going to be a good.
Giannis is a 2-time MVP, right? They got some guys. They got some dogs on that team, and Middleton is one of those 90, 50, 40 guys.
Be a 2-time MVP. He should be a 5-time MVP. As tall as he is and the way he moves around, nobody can stop him from dunking the ball.
Not in the league with KD and LeBron and Steph. Like you ain't just gonna give it to Giannis when them other guys are out here still in the NBA, still really holding on to
these other guys got help. These other guys have help though. Like you can't. How's Kevin Durant going to win a MVP when he's on the same team as Kyrie Irving and James Harden? Giannis Antetokounmpo ain't got nobody up there with him, so he's definitely going to be doing it all.
The biggest detriment to KD winning MVP is his own body. All of them boys are Mr. Glass. That's why they all only played 30, 40, 50 games this season, and that's what's happening in the playoffs. James Harden missed a bunch of games at the end of the season, re-aggravated his hamstring injury in the game 1 of this series. And we all know Kyrie. We all know, okay? Like, he cost us a championship here. He cost us multiple championships here. We thank him for the one that he gave us. Thank you, sir. But we could have had a handful had he just played nice with LeBron and ate his Wheaties the day he blew his knee out in that one game in the finals.
Okay, the Suns and the Nuggets game is in quarter 2 right now. The Suns are ahead 31-24. I'm glad you brought that up.
Oh, that's over. That's a sweep. Mark that down. That's a sweep job. That's over.
Series 3-0 over the Nuggets. And it's looking bad for the Nuggets. I'm glad you brought that up about the star power that's playing in the playoffs right now, because you know that of the teams that are left, none of the teams that are left in the NBA playoffs right now have won an NBA championship in almost 40 years. None of them. The most recent one to have won a championship is the Philadelphia 76ers, and that was in 1983.
Yeah, I was born. Great year.
Great year. There was a lot of things going on in 1983. Ronald Reagan was the president.
Oh, was he?
And that was the year Ronald Reagan signed a bill that would make MLK Day a federal holiday.
Well, there you go.
Back in 1983. No, I'm not done. I devised a list of things that happened. We were first introduced to Wheel of Fortune in 1983.
That's a stat for you.
Return of the Jedi came out in 1983.
Listen, I hate Star Wars, man. Star Wars is trash.
The first ever Hooters opened in Clearwater, Florida, back in 1983.
Would be Florida.
Huh?
It would be Florida where the first Hooters was established.
1983 was the year of the first minivan. The first minivan came out in 1983. This was the year that the Cleveland classic A Christmas Story movie came out. Back in 1983. Okay. Vanessa Williams was crowned the first Black Miss America.
Where did we start on this 1980? The last championship for Philly was in 83. Were any of the teams in the playoffs?
Any of the teams left. None of them have won an NBA championship since 1983.
Yeah.
And that was the Philadelphia 76ers. A true changing of the guard. That star power you talk about is gone. Well, not really, unless you follow these teams. So Vanessa Williams, first Black Miss America in 1983. And remember, she had to give up her crown because they found some penthouse naked pictures of her.
I don't remember that. That's an interesting fact that I might use on.
Isn't it interesting that she had to give up being Miss America the same year that Hooters came out?
Yes.
It ain't fair.
Yes, that is interesting.
83. Now, so let me go to this other thing that was going on. Since you talk about LeBron and you talk about there was some research done, a social media study, if you will.
Okay.
On some Twitter data. Okay. Over 70,000 tweets and hashtags were tracked, right? These tweets that featured negative mentions of NBA players.
I saw this. Yeah.
And the findings were that LeBron James is the NBA's most hated player in 24 states.
Incredible.
In second place is Kyrie Irving with 18 states.
Wow.
And then you have James Harden and Kevin Durant, both with 3 states. And then you Russell Westbrook and playoff P. Paul George, who actually showed up last night with 1 apiece.
Let's see if he can do it on the road.
Why does everybody hate LeBron so bad? I think once in a decision, I may have felt that way. Once upon a decision. But, you know, he came back. We won a championship.
He did.
Then he went to LA, and I'm like, Jimmy Crack Corn, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? But I don't necessarily like hate LeBron James. Why? And I know people out there that do. I know people that call him they call him Burger King James. They got a whole lot of different little nicknames for him, yo. And so
he was LeBron for a while.
What do you think about that stat, though? That LeBron James is the most hated NBA player, according to Twitter.
I guess I would just equate that to people just hating whatever the best is, man. A lot of times, whatever the best is going right now, people just hate on it for whatever reason. I will say that he probably has turned off a bunch of people with his deciding to move from team to team. There's a lot of people who love and revere Kobe and Mike for doing all they did for one franchise. And I think there's something to that. I don't know if that would make me hate them. I could definitely see why, just like you said about, once upon a decision, I hated LeBron, sports hated LeBron for years after that. I remember the time where I turned it off in my brain when I was like, I can't even hate on this dude no more. It was his third year in Miami, and they were on route or on their way to their second championship, the back-to-back championship. And I was just watching him, and I'm like, this dude's from Akron. He don't really get in no trouble. He just wanted to do his own thing. He ain't even 30 years old. I can't be mad at this dude no more. And I just turned it off. But I hated him when he made that decision to leave Cleveland because I knew that he wouldn't, and he did. But now, I mean, at this point of his career, his age, his place on the NBA hierarchy, I mean, there's no reason to hate that dude anymore, man. It is what it is. People are always going to hate what.
Let me ask you this. Best. Do you think it has anything to do with his stance on Black Lives Matter?
No.
We'd like to not think that, but
I don't even really know what his stance is. I mean,
man, this is the guy who's been told to shut up and dribble. This is the dude who LeBron has always been very outspoken. He made the comment about the
so you say I see. So you're saying it from that perspective, yeah. Oh, I could see people being mad.
Remember,
white people being mad about that.
He put the tweet out that he had to delete when the cop shot the 15-year-old girl who had the knife. Like he said, "You're next." And that tweet was deleted. I mean, you got
a point there. No, you got a point there. And I think when you said Kyrie was number 2, then that's the same thing.
Earth is flat guy. You know what I'm saying?
He can't believe the Earth is flat. He's been on an airplane before. I would imagine.
Tell him the Earth is about round as his afro.
I'm not mad at that take though. I think you got something there though.
Can we get to my favorite time of the
show?
Man.
Let's go.
I mean, it's time. It's time for everybody to pay attention.
Get the fuck out of here. 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 Get the fuck out of here.
Matty Wills, I know you've been waiting on this.
Yeah, man. I'll kick it off this week. We got some footage that we're gonna get ready to show you. Let me just say this real quick. When you talk about a GTFOH, you're talking about a person who does something extremely idiotic, right? Mm-hmm. And one thing that I've seen over the past couple of days watching all these NBA basketball games is Kevin Durant's personal security guard almost inciting a damn riot on the basketball floor. Can we roll that basketball footage?
Roll that footage, please.
So there's the foul. PJ Tucker's in his grill, right?
Yeah.
Now look, when's the last time you saw this? That's a security guard. What is he doing in Tucker's face?
What is he doing?
Listen, first when he came in, he pushes Tucker, which I know you can remember. What do they call it? The Malice in the Palace has when we had Ron Artest and Jermaine O'Neal out there in the crowd. Bro, you can't, when people are engaged in the heat of the moment. Steven Jackson was out there. When players got their adrenaline up and they're engaged in the heat of the moment, it's a playoff game. You don't want to kick the fire up. The security guard, you know what happened? The security guard has literally been told to GTFOH, as the Milwaukee Bucks said, that he's no longer even welcome to come be a security guard in their arena. And Brooklyn even said that he got to sit out for the rest of this series as well. So he literally has been told to get out of here. Literally.
Should we tell him again?
Get the fuck out of here.
Hey, man.
What was he doing, though? That was I've never seen that. I've been watching basketball my whole life.
Yeah,
never seen anything like that.
Definitely rolled in all brolic like he was throwing a block. I'm like, dude, sign up. Go be a part of the Dallas Cowboy offensive line or something if you want to be doing that, man.
Yeah, or get in one of these celebrity boxing matches.
Right. Ozzy says Star Wars needs to
get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, man. Star Wars is trash.
You don't like Star Wars?
Nah, never.
If you don't like Star Wars,
a big fan.
You.
Dude, for me, just real quick, the first three, what were those in the 80s? Were those movies made in the 80s or the 90s or something 70s, like that? 70s. So come on, I was born in the 80s. So like when the wave came around, like when my dad was showing me, I'm like, I mean, it's cool. And then what happened, what really sealed it for me was when they did the next three, right? Mm-hmm. Remember that was like early 2000s, right?
Yeah.
And my aunt and my dad and my brother and like our whole family, we like went and people were going crazy. It was on the news, dressing up. And I'm like, all right, this movie's going to be amazing. Man, that movie was trash, man. I have never been interested in any of that ever since then. I'm like, y'all done hype this up. I'm straight.
Oh my God.
I'm straight. Really? My kids love they got the show. One of the shows, I don't know. I think it comes on Disney or Netflix or something. One of those Star Wars shows, but whatever. But who you got, man?
Well, for me, I need to tell Jay-Z and Meek Mill to
get what? Out of here.
What?
Jay-Z and Meek Mill.
For what?
Why?
Yeah.
Why Jay-Z and Meek Mill?
Get the out of here.
Listen. Okay, how can I say this? All right. So last weekend it was billionaire New England Patriot owner Robert Kraft's birthday, right?
Yes.
So he's in a partnership with Jay-Z, Meek Mill, and some other dude. So they all chipped in and bought him. And he's how old did he turn? Like
80 something.
80
maybe
something
80.
Years old.
I don't know.
Yeah, he's in his 80s. Yeah. He's in his 80s now. They chipped in and bought him a blue Bentley.
I seen it. I seen the vid.
You saw that blue Bentley?
Yeah.
I'm like,
get the out of here.
Do you think
first and foremost,
he didn't need help getting that?
First and foremost, he 80 years old. He probably don't even, he's an 80-year-old billionaire who probably don't even drive.
Right.
Secondly, he 80 years old.
Right.
He probably shouldn't drive.
Probably not.
And damn right, he a freaking billionaire. You know, if I go to a billionaire celebrating their birthday party, I'm expecting it to be BYOB. Buy your own Bentley. I'm not buying no damn Bentley for a billionaire. That's alliteration, by the way. So Jay-Z,
you did some show prep today, boy, didn't you?
Out of here.
Jay-Z, Meek Mill, and the other dude for buying a billionaire something he really don't need.
Right. That's what how
much does a who said he's not a billionaire? Robert Kraft is not a billionaire.
Doesn't he own the Patriots?
Yeah, he's a billionaire.
I'll get you a number. Go ahead, bro.
Robert Kraft isn't a billionaire.
He is.
What is Ozzy talking about?
I'm not sure.
Come on, Ozzy.
6.9 billion USD.
Hey, Ozzy.
Is what his estimate. Dude, don't tell Ozzy that. You tripping, man. Come on. Ozzy, hang out with us, man. He's wild.
He trying to challenge my facts.
Yeah, he did. He did call you out.
It's
all right, man.
Ozzy,
it's okay.
Don't do that. Not
out of here.
Sorry. It's time for us.
Oh man.
It's time for us to bounce on the body.
Yeah, man. Yeah, good show.
Yeah.
Hey, I gotta say that little video feature. I'm glad that works the way that it does. I should probably say this in the post-production meeting, but we're gonna be using that.
Dude, y'all never ran the footage of Odell striking out, but that's okay.
Yeah, it was a little short one. It's all good.
Yeah.
It's all good.
I mean, everybody was cheering for Odell. OBJ. Foul ball.
Oh, there we go.
There we go.
Swing and a miss in the home run derby.
Swing and a miss. Odell had about 50 strikes yesterday.
Yeah. He doesn't look, that swing is not a very I'm trying swing. It looks like he's just
I seen a dude
he just doing it for his Jarvis is his boy, man. He just there showing up for his guy.
There was one of the players, I don't remember who he was. His swing, his baseball swing was the equivalent to a Charles Barkley golf swing.
Wow, that's bad.
That little hesitation right when you get like right here.
That's bad.
A little hitch in your giddy up. I don't know. It's like, all right, bro, y'all need to go to training camp. Go to training camp right now. You know,
hey,
as far as softball, some of y'all need to just
it's something. Something's mandatory. Mandatory mini camp.
Yeah,
is this week.
Okay.
So we'll start getting more Browns news for sure.
A lot of people complaining. You know, I got people talking about the Browns are falling behind because the Kansas City Chiefs are all practicing together.
Yeah.
Baker Mayfield had Browns practicing in Texas. They working out with Baker Mayfield in Texas. Why did they do it in Berea? Because it's nicer weather in Texas.
Yeah, and listen, it's June, bruh. It's June, man. Listen, these guys are professionals. They'll be fine. It's June and they're professionals.
And I don't want to give anything away. I did talk to, people like Mac Wilson, laser focused, man. I asked him a question to try to see if his head was feeling, if they feeling themselves a little bit. He's like, we just going to take it, one day at a time.
That come from coach.
You know what I'm saying? About putting in that work. I'm like, yeah, that's what I like to hear. That's what I like.
We got to get Stefanski. We got to get a Stefanski interview, man. I don't know. We got to try to get a Stefanski interview, but
yeah, let's get on out of here, man.
Yeah, man. Make sure y'all hang out with us next Sunday as we have the footage from the editors, right, Has? Oh yeah, we'll have that.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have all of that because I'm gonna have to go over there and crack a whip. No.
It's going down. We appreciate y'all hanging out with us.
Yeah,
all the comments for sure.
All right, for Matt and Matt Sports, I'm DJ Hazmat.
Yeah, Matty Wills.
Peace. Yeah.